Hello, students. Good morning to all of you. I hope you will be fine at home. So, good morning to all of you. Welcome to this lecture of signal conditioning, frequency to voltage converter. Now, first of all, my dear student, that is the power system instrumentation, and that is the very important subject in our power system engineering, or we can say electrical engineering, because electrical engineering having two main subjects. One is the power system, another one is the another one is the electrical machine. So, in this power system instrumentation, basically we have studied about the measuring instruments. Measuring instruments means how can we measure, in which form we can measure. So many instruments we have. So the unit number one is totally deals with your what? It deals with the basic part. Basic part means the errors. First is the errors. Means how many types of error we have and which type of error we can basically having in the instrument. For example, we having for example we having the random error, we having the gross error, we having the systematic error, we having the instrumental error. So how can we use these errors basically to calculate? For example, if I want to identify these errors, so we have to take measurement first. So measurement, in the measurement we have two main things. One is the precision, another one is the accuracy. So accuracy deals with the accurate part, and precision is basically the precise part. So precise is the nearer to accuracy. So we can see the accuracy part. So accuracy and precision. Precision means more readings. 1 by 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whatever the readings we have. So which type of reading we have basically. So that is the basically your what is the we can say the accuracy. If I am getting the accurate result, if I am getting the nearby result, that is the precision. So precision is there and the accuracy is there. So if precision, if I am talking about, so it is nearer to accuracy. So many readings we have. If I am taking 9 readings, for example, so if I want to take the 9 readings, so I have to take the average of it, that is known as mean, and it is basically as per the statistical theory. So I have to take the mean, means average, means how can we take average? If I am the 9 measurements, so I have to add all the 9, divide by 9. I am getting the average. So I am getting the average value as well as I am getting the what? Average value as well as, and I am getting the mean value, that is known as mean. And if I am into some deviation, means the changes with it, means the variation I am getting. So that variation I am getting basically, okay, that variation I am having, okay. So that variation and the deviation is basically. So we are having the average deviation, also known as standard deviation, and then we'll be having the variance. So deviation and variance both we having. So if we having the variance and deviations, so how can we calculate? So we having so many methods. First we take the mean, then minus difference of it, we are getting the difference deviation, we can say, then take average of it, then so many things we have studied in the unit number one with the Gaussian curve distribution. Then in unit number two, basically we have studied about the instrument, equipment, component, element which we use in a circuit or a system which is capable to convert one form of energy to another. One form may be the physical quantity. Physical means acoustic, chemical, biological, pressure, magnetic field, whatever. Okay, magnetic. We can convert into the electric. If I'm talking about the electrical transducer, and we are the electrical engineering student, and we are studying in this electrical engineering. So we need basically what? We need what, my dear student? We need basically we need the component which basically convert these all. So these converging component is known as, the equipment is known as what? Is known as the, what, my dear student, is known as the transducer. And transducer is a component which is used to convert one form of energy to another form. Okay, and if I'm talking about the one form of energy, is basically in the one form. So one form may be the electrical, maybe the mechanical, physical quantities like chemical, acoustic, biological. Okay, we having the pressure, temperature, displacement, all these things we can convert into the electric. So that is electrical transducer. So we have studied about the passive active transducer, analog digital transducer. As per the translation, we having photovoltaic, photoconductive, piezoelectric crystal, inductive, capacitive. So many transducers we have studied. In this, we having the LVDT, linear variable differential transducer. resonance temperature detector RTD, potentiometer, pot, which is we can say in a simple way. Then we will study the strain gauge. Okay. Then we will study about the thermocouple. Okay. Then we will study the capacitive transducer, we can say. And we have study about the so many gauges, we can say the strain gauges. Right? So these are the transducers. These are the what? These are the different transducer we have. Okay. So how can we do this thing? Basically, how can we do this? So many transducer we have. Okay. So that transducer is basically comes in the category of transducer RTD, LVDT, we can say pot, potentiometer. We have strain gauge. We having thermocouple, RTD, resonance temperature detector. Thermometer is also a part of it. So these all are. Then we have started the unit number 3, that is the basically the signal conditioning. Now in this we want to condition the signal, so I need sensor. Sensor basically senses the signal in the form of what, which you want basically. So senses the signal, okay, and sensing the signal in which form you want, basically that sensor senses the signal, and as per the transduction, it transduce basically transduct which form you want. So we use transducer in this signal condition, and we are basically using the op-amp. Op-amp are the operational amplifiers. Op-amp are the basically what? Op-amp are the operational amplifiers. And if I'm talking about the operational amplifiers, the operational amplifiers are having so many types: integrator, differentiator, logarithmic, anti-logarithmic, so on. So many op-amp we have. We use this op-amp to make instrumentation amplifier first. That is the basically two combination of three op-amps, two giving the output, and third one is making basically differentiating difference of it here. So we having this differentiator. Then we having this basically isolation amplifier or isolating amplifier. In this isolating amplifier, what we do basically, we basically convert, we basically make the isolation, electrical isolation, with the patient which we are using, and the leakage current will not flow there. So we deals with the electrical isolation. That is isolation. Then we having optical isolator, that is known as optocoupler. Multiplier, analog multiplier divider is basically use the Gilbert's basically Gilbert's mixer, or Gilbert's we can say the mathematics we use. So these all are basically this we can say the thing, that is the instrumentation part of unit number third, that is signal conditioning. So instrumentation amplifier, isolation amplifier, optocoupler, analog divider multiplier, so many things. And magnetic coupler is also there, that is similar to the isolation transformer used for the isolation. And now we are going to study today, that is in our lecture, that is the frequency to voltage converter. Now in this frequency to voltage converter, basically my objective is have the learner to understand the basics of frequency to voltage converter. Learner means you, the students. If students don't know that what is the basic, what are the basics of the frequency to voltage converter, then how can you understand? How can we go through for the voltage converter? If you want to purchase from the market, then give me FBC. FBC is a short form of frequency to voltage converter. If you want frequency to voltage converter, means you need FBC. So if you go to the market and tell to the shopkeeper that give me that FBC, so first you know what is FBC, then you can take can ask the shopkeeper and to give this product to me, and tell the shopkeeper to give this product to me. So that is this thing. Okay, so that is the way. The thing is that how can we give this thing? So the basically have the learner to understand about the basics of transducer, basics of basically frequency to voltage converter is this one. These are the basics. Okay, I hope you understand the basics. So frequency to voltage converter is there. Now secondly, we understand the working of frequency to voltage converter. What is the work? Now go on. Now introduction part is there. Electronic device that generate, it is basically the electronic device that generate an output voltage or current proportional to the frequency of sinusoidal input signal. Now I am getting the sinusoidal input signal. Okay, what is the proportional? Basically voltage or current proportional to the frequency of sinusoidal input signal. What is the input signal we are getting, and proportional to this frequency of input signal we are having. So voltage or current proportional to the frequency of input signal we have. That is it. It include an op-amp for signal processing. Means if I want to process the signal, I need an op-amp, that is operational amplifier. So it include operational amplifier for signal processing and RC network for removing frequency dependent ripples. Means if we are having the unwanted frequency signals that we can say ripples, so we can remove it with the help of this thing, that is the FVC, that is frequency voltage converter. Or we can say frequency to voltage converter. Means we are getting omega in the input and we are getting V out as output. So electronic devices that generate an output voltage or current proportional to the frequency of sinusoidal input signal. It include op-amp for signal processing and RC network, that is filter network for removing frequency dependent ripples. Now this is a basic diagram, or we can say the block diagram. Basic FVC. Why I'm saying basic FVC here? This is the basic frequency to voltage converter. Now this basic FVC, okay, this is realized by a differentiator, an integrator, and a divider and a square. Now this is realized by a differentiator, an integrator or divider, and a square rooter. So if I want to take a square rooter and if I want to take differentiator here, so it is realized by one thing, that is differentiator, another one is the integrator or a divider and a square rooter. So all these four comprise this thing, that is the differentiator here shown here, integrator shown here, and one is the we can say the divider devising, and square rooter is also there. Means input we are giving in the sine wave, and if I'm talking about the basic basic, or we can say the fundamental AC is always sine wave. So sine wave we called as V is equals to Vm sine omega t. So Vm is basically the magnitude and sine omega t is the sine wave with the frequency omega t. Omega t is the theta, that is the phase, and omega is the frequency. Omega is equals to 2 pi f. So if I'm talking about the 2 pi f, my dear student, so that is the frequency, and that frequency basically we make it, we change it and convert into the voltage. Convert into the what? Convert into the voltage output. So if I want to convert into the voltage output, so this is realized by a differentiator, an integrator, a divider, and a square root. So here we are giving the sinusoidal input, that is sine wave, then we have the differentiator, then we have the integrator, then we have the output, that is V a omega sine omega t, differentiator. Here we have the integrator minus a by omega sine omega t. Then we can divide it. We are getting omega cancel out, we can say. Then we are getting sine omega t differentiate. Then we are getting the V1 V2 output. Is the ratio of it, that is omega. So V out is the output and omega is the input frequency. So input frequency directly convert into output voltage. So that is why it is known as FVC. FVC is what? Frequency to voltage converter. So if I want to tell about the frequency to voltage converter, so though it is the frequency in the input and output we are getting the voltage, so that output voltage is comprising with the input frequency. So we can comprise these two. We can comprise these two, frequency and output voltage, and make it this thing. The division of the differentiator output to the integrator output causes large spikes. Now the division of the differentiator output to the integrator output causes what? Large spikes. We have the large spikes. When an initial value of integrator is not 0. For example, when the initial value of the integrator is not 0, then we always find a large spike like this. Like this, we have the large spikes. So when an initial input value of the integrator is not 0. Okay. Here output is proportional to the input frequency without influence of the input power. It is very good thing of this FVC, we can say. In this what happens, the output is proportional to the input frequency without the influence of input. Without the what? Influence of the input power. Means output is proportional to the input frequency without the influence of the input power. Now, proposed frequency to voltage converter, what we have, it is composed of a differentiator, two RMS DC converter and a divider. Two RMS DC converter and a divider. Both include a frequency discrimination path and input power calibration path. Basically what we say, both include a frequency discrimination path and input power calibration paths. Basically both include this all. So we having the frequency discrimination path and input power calculation. This is a very important part in this. Two parts are there. One is the frequency discrimination, another one is the input power calculation. Okay. Now, third is basically in the frequency discrimination part, the input frequency were discriminated by an integrator or differentiator respectively. So in this, basically, what we do basically, we discriminated a frequency, the input frequency were discriminated by an integrator or differentiator respectively. Okay, so this is the basically thing which we are going to do in this. So in this, we having the input frequency were discriminated by integrator or differentiator by respectively. Now see here, the RMS DC converter is used to detect. RMS DC converter is used to detect the output amplitude of the integrator or differentiator. The RMS DC converter is used to detect the output amplitude of the integrator or differentiator. You can see. Okay. In the input power calibration path, which are only composed of a RMS DC converter for input power level detection. For what? Input power level detection. We can see. Finally, the current or voltage dividers are used to acquire the value of the input frequency. Finally, what we have, the current or voltage divider are used to acquire the value of input frequency. Okay, so RMS DC converter is used to detect the output amplitude of the integrator or differentiator. You can say, okay, and the input power calibration paths, which are only composed of a RMS DC converter for input power level detection. Input power level detection. Finally, the current or voltage dividers are used to acquire the value of the input frequency. Now, this is the basic diagram. In this, we having the differentiator. Inputs, we are giving the input that is T, that is the RMS DC converter. We are getting the VRMS2. Then the ratio we are getting one is the RMS1 from RMS DC converter, and the ratio of these two we are getting at the output, that is V output. That is what V. So we are getting the output here. Now, the basic principle of the proposed frequency to voltage converter is the proposed here. Basically, I am telling you about the basic diagram or basic thing which I am showing here. Basically, you about the differentiator, RMS DC converter, and RMS DC converter 1, RMS DC converter number 2. So VRMS 2 upon VRMS 1. You can see. Okay. I hope you understand this thing. So this is first differentiator, then converter. Again converter, we have the outputs of the converter and divide it. We are getting the output. I hope you understand. Now this is the main part. Now if I am talking about the input frequency discrimination part and input power calibration part, though we are giving power input at the rate of frequency. So power divider, what we are using? Power divider. So in this input frequency discrimination part, we are having low pass filter and power detectors. So if I am talking about the low pass filter and power detector, we are having both in the basically the first part, that is the input frequency discrimination part, that gives you the PF, and in the second part we are having the input power calibration part, we are having the attenuator, that is the power detector. We have what is we have attenuator and power detector, and we can say the low pass filter, we are having again low pass filter and power detector. So low pass filter then power detector and attenuator then power detector we have. So both we are having the VF and VCL, and VCL is basically the calibrated power which we are getting from what, my dear student? Which we are getting from the output, that is the input frequency discrimination part, and input power calibration part, we are basically converting the attenuator to power detector. So here input power we are getting at the rate of frequency input, that is the power divider we are using. So input power frequency discrimination part, we having this. Then we will the attenuator power detector basically converts or having the part of, or is the part of the input power calibration part, and VF and VCA. So VF is the DC voltage divider. We give to one voltage frequency based voltage to voltage divider, and we calibrated is from the calibrated part, and divider we are using to take what? Divider we are using to take basically basically what, my dear student? Basically we are using for the we can say the division effect. So division will get the V out basically. Now see, we are getting VF, V reference upon VCF. So cancel, we are getting the output. voltage, but input we are getting the frequency. So it works like this. Frequency discrimination path contains an integer or differentiator and RMS DC converter. The input frequency is discriminated by an integer or differentiator. Output amplitude of an integrator or differentiator is discriminated by RMS DC converter. Input power calibration path detects input power. Current or voltage divider used to get the voltage of input frequency. This is similar to this one. So in this we having the low pass filter and power detector we have basically, okay, and attenuator and power detector we have. So if I'm talking about the input frequency discrimination path, we having the low pass filter and power detector, and if I am talking about the input power calibration path, then we having the attenuator and power detector. So from the both case we are getting the VF from the power detector first, that is the input frequency discrimination, and we calibrated, that is we are getting from the attenuator power detector. Okay, so this is the thing we are getting from the whole. This is the attenuator power detector we are getting, and this thing we are getting for it. So that is the detailed structure, proposed block diagram, in which we having the input at the rate of the frequency, that is power divider I am giving, then input frequency discrimination path, low pass filter, power detector, attenuator we having the power detector, that is input calibration path. So we having these all, and VF and VCL, calibrated and frequency voltage, and then when the DC voltage divider, we divide these two, we are getting the output VF into the reference upon V calibrated, and we are getting the total voltage which we got. So I hope you understand this thing. That is VCL, okay, here in this. Now basically composed of an attenuator and another power detector. The input power calibration path gives a DC voltage, that is V calibration. We can say what? We can say what, my dear student? Calibration. So calibration is there in this. And if I'm talking about the calibration, my dear student, so VCAL, we represent as a voltage of calibration, that is VCAL. So composed of an attenuator and another power detector, that input power calibration path gives a DC voltage, that is VCL, as a reference to calibrate the signal amplitude. Now, the input signal is a pure sinusoidal signal with a peak amplitude. The input signal is a what? Purely sinusoidal, pure sine wave. We have it with a peak amplitude A. That is, for example, we always write V is equals to Vm sin omega t. So if I am talking about V is equals to Vm sin omega t, so it means the input signal is a pure sine wave signal with a peak amplitude of A, that is A, and input frequency of omega. Input frequency of omega. So we can write V input of t is equals to A sine omega input t. You can write this. This is your wave equation, that is in the form of sine. I hope you understand. Now, the derivative of this signal at the output of the differentiator will be, now we can differentiate it like, so it will become A 2d omega m cos omega t. That is what? A 2d, we are using tau. So we can say A 2d omega m cos omega t. That is the second equation. Third, we are getting Vrms is equals to A by root 2. And fourth, we are getting VAT 2d omega m by root 2. So where 2d is the time constant of differentiator. It is what? The time constant of differentiator. So feeding V input of t and Vd of t into RMS DC converters yields the result as how it yields? Dividing 4 by 3 we get. Dividing 4 and 3 we get what? V out is equals to KWIN. So V out is proportional to the input frequency. So that is the frequency to voltage converter. That is what the frequency to voltage converter works. Basically, we are getting output of voltage in the form of input of frequency, Wi, omega I. Okay, where K is equals to K division 2D is the sensitivity of converter and K division. Sensitivity of what? Converter, and K division is the scaling factor gain. Is what? The scaling factor gain of the divider. Of the what? Of the divider. The output signal is linearly proportional to the input frequency. The output signal is what? Linearly proportional to the input. The output signal we are getting, for example, V out, and the input signal is V in. So they are the linearly proportional. So we can say
The input signal is linearly proportional to the input frequency, that is omega n. That is what? Omega n. And insensitive to the input signal amplitude A. They are insensitive to the input signal of signal amplitude, that is they are giving is E. Okay. Now I hope you understand. Now, this is we can say a basic diagram, just like this, similar to this like this we can say. It is having the proposed block diagram. We can say the simple block diagram. So in this simple block diagram, basically what we having the differentiator and integrator. In this, what we have, my dear student, we have integrator and differentiator both, and a divider and a square root. And it is an electronic device which convert input frequency into the output voltage. So we use what? We use input in the stage we are using differentiator, then we are using integrator and square rooter and divider. So in this, what I want to tell you now is similar to that. We having again differentiator, RMS DC converter, means we have two things: frequency discrimination path and input power calibration path. Frequency discrimination path and input power calibration path. So if I'm talking about the frequency discrimination, again we having the combination like this: low pass filter and a power detector. Low pass filter and a power detector. If I'm talking about the input power calibration path, so in this I am having the attenuator and a power. Input frequency discrimination path, we having low pass filter and power detector. And if I'm talking about input power calibration path, though we having attenuator and power detector. And output we are getting frequency and the CL. CL is the calibrated voltage. So the DC voltage divider, we can say V out is equals to VF minus of V reference upon, we can say VF into V reference upon VCL. VCL basically the calibrated voltage. Okay, now see in this diagram the equation we get. Now the main block diagram, that is the proposed. Previous one as the block diagram we can use, and this we are using basically for proposed purpose. So 555 is also a part of the we can say the frequency to voltage converter, or we can say FBC. As I earlier told you, what is FBC? So FBC is the short form of frequency to voltage converter. So FBC is there. So this is the basic block diagram, or we can say the proposed frequency to voltage converter. Schematic diagram or block diagram, schematic block diagram we can say. So here, this schematic diagram of proposed frequency to voltage converter, we having the input, that is like this, then we having the resistance, then we having the capacitor, and we having the differentiator. We having what? A differentiator, the resistance, and we having the 5 opens. Just count here: 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one is 5. First one is the your differentiator, that is the differential number op-amp number 1. Then we having the AD734, that is the IC. We can say the we can say the converter we having, and the op-amp we are using, and we grounded some pins here, and we give you the source supply and resistance we have connected in C. RC is basically playing an filter role, playing role of filter to filter out the ripples. Why I'm using this RC? Basically, we are using RC to filter out the ripples, to take out the ripples. Ripples are the unwanted signals. So basically, we want to filter out the ripples, then we use it. Okay, and RC is basically the filter and the op-amp. So here we are having this combination AD734 VCC RC, and we are having the VCC plus. Next we are having again AD734 VCC, then VCC plus and minus, grounding the pins, and output we are getting. So this is the basic block diagram, or we can say schematic diagram of the proposed frequency to voltage converter. This is what? A schematic diagram of the proposed frequency to voltage converter, we can see. Now moving forward, this is the hardware, we can say the hardware description. Now what I want to tell you, my dear student, here, that is the hardware description. Now hardware description is needed because if I want to take a look, or if I want to see the block diagram, so many blocks, or we can say so many op-amps are there, but what are they doing? What I basically using this thing. Okay, so this is the description of that. Now 5 operational amplifiers and 3 analog multipliers are used. What we are using? 5 operational amplifiers and 3 analog multipliers are used. Analog multipliers are used. One of the op-amp is used for performing the differentiation. Out of the five, one op-amp is, or we can say the operational amplifier is used for performing the differentiator. Is performing the work like differentiator. One of the op-amp, not all of the op-amps. One of the op-amp is used for performing the differentiator. Now the time constant of the differentiator, that is 2D, can be set by adjusting the resistor R. The time constant of the differentiator 2D can be set by adjusting the resistance R1 and or the capacitor C1 values. See here, R1 and C1. You can say is the R1 and C1. One op-amp is behaving like a what? Differentiator. Rest 4 are not working as a differentiator, but one out of 5, we can say 5 of operational amplifiers we have, and 3 analog multipliers we have. So if I'm talking about the analog operational amplifiers, so one of the operational amplifier is used for performing the differentiator. One of the op-amp, not all of the op-amp. Okay. The time constant of the differentiator, that is 2D, can be set by adjusting the resistor R. How can we set it? We can set by the adjusting the resistor R1 and or the capacitor C1 values. Or the capacitor C1 values. Other operational amplifiers are connected with the multipliers to realize RMS DC converters. For example, one is behaving like a differentiator, my dear student. So 4 are remaining. The 4 are basically connected with multipliers to realize what? RMS DC converter. To realize what? To realize the RMS DC converters. Okay. So other operation amplifier connected with the multipliers to realize RMS DC converters. Now moving forward, in the continuation with the previous, the last multiplier is used as a divider. So 5 operational amplifier and 3 analog multipliers, you can say. So in this, one is behaving like a differentiator and the last multiplier is used as a divider. We can, I already told you that we can convert divider, multiplier as a divider. So analog multiplier or divider are the same circuit is there. And we have studied about the analog multiplier also, operational amplifier also. So analog multiplier is basically used for the multiplying and having the intermediate state in which we have the local oscillator. That local oscillator basically gives the another frequency wave, and we can sum up like a modulation and give the output just like what? Tell me, just like what? Just like the output is basically multiplying, means we are getting the higher frequency. Okay, so the last multiplier is used as a divider. The VG is voltage employed for adjusting the scaling factor. VG is what? VG is the voltage is employed for adjusting the scaling factor KDIV of the divider. KDIV of the divider. Now the input signal V in of T is sent to two paths. The input signal V in is sent to two paths. One path and two paths. It's sent to basically two paths. One is fed to the differentiator and then sent to the RMS DC converter number 1. See this. Here R1 and C1 is for the adjusting, one is behaving like a differentiator. So input is giving here and another giving to the AD734, that is RMS DC converter. Okay, now see here. Okay, now the last multiplier is used as a divider. The VG is employed, voltage is employed for adjusting the scaling factor KDIV of the divider, and input signal V in of T is sent to two paths. Is sent to what? Is sent to two paths. So one is fed to the differentiator and then sent to the RMS DC converter. One is fed to the differentiator and then sent to the RMS DC converter. Okay, I hope you understand. Now, other is fed to the RMS DC converter second. So we having two DC converters basically. We are representing this like differentiator, 5 op-amps are there. One is the differentiator, remaining is then 3 analog multipliers. So last multiplier is behaving like a divider. Okay, so other is fed to the RMS DC converter number second. Next, those outputs are sent to the divider to manipulate a DC voltage. What we are doing here, Basically, we are converting the frequency of the input signal, that is sinus open, to the divider, or basically manipulated DC voltage that represents the frequency of sine wave, sine input signal as the output or frequency voltage converter. FVC is what? Short form of frequency voltage converter. I hope you understand. That is frequency voltage converter. Okay. Now these are the basically I want to show you here. Now see here, 5 opens. Count from here: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 4 and 5. Now first is behaving like op-amp is differentiator. Another 4 is behaving like the whatever we want to use, integrator, differentiator, whatever. But the thing is that we having RMS DC converter 2. 2 means 1 and 2. So first input is adjusted by the R1 and C1 and give to the differentiator, that is op-amp number 1. Then another one is behaving, another input giving to the RMS DC converter 1. Then RMS DC converter number 2. Though these two is behaving like what? One is differentiator, another one is behaving like the converters. One is for the frequency discrimination path, another one is the input power calibration. One is basically working like what? One is working like, my dear student, what? One is working like the frequency discrimination path. One path is working like frequency discrimination path, and another one is working like the input power calibration path. So we are giving, and the output is here, that is we are behaving like a divider, V2 by V1, V2 RMS by V1, and we give output, that is voltage output, with reference to the input frequency, that is omega n, we can say. So we are getting the V out, that is responsible or input with the V in. So I hope you understand about this thing. Now moving forward, again 5 operational amplifier and 3 analog multipliers. So we can say we can check the similarity between this. We having two paths: input frequency discrimination, another one is input power calibration. Then we having the differentiator, RMS converter, RMS DC converter, VRMS. So we are representing, this is the basic principle of proposed frequency, and another one we having the proposed. This is again the proposed block diagram, and this is basically what we want to make. So in this we are making basically the proposed, or we can say the schematic diagram of the proposed frequency to voltage converter. Okay, so power operational amplifier, 3 analog multipliers. One is open for performing differentiator. The time constant of differentiator, that is 2D, can be set by adjusting the resistor R1 and or the capacitor C1 values. Other operational amplifier connected with multipliers to realized RMS DC converter 1 or 2. The last multiplier is used as a divider. The VG voltage is employed for adjusting the scaling factor KDIV of the divider. Input signal, if I'm talking about, that is V input of T, is sent to two paths. One is fed to the differentiator and then sent to the RMS DC converter number 1. Okay. And other is the fed to the RMS DC converter number 2. Basically, what we are representing here, I am representing, or we can see in this proposed block diagram, proposed schematic diagram, we are basically representing the, we can say the frequency discrimination path and input power calibration path, from which we are getting the V calibration in the output. Okay, so I hope you understand. Now, advantages. Now, if I'm talking about the voltage converter, though I work on frequency, for example, radio and audio frequency. So a multi-gigahertz frequency to voltage converter is designed. Multi-gigahertz means multi-gigahertz is a very wide range. We can say the radio or audio frequency. So multi-gigahertz frequency to the voltage converter is designed and implemented with this model. Multi-gigahertz frequency to voltage converter is designed and implemented with this module. We can do what? We can convert with this module basically the proposed diagram which I told you earlier. This proposed diagram. With this proposed diagram, we can convert a gigahertz frequency to voltage. That is frequency to voltage converter. It's designed and implemented with this module, my dear student. We can do it very easily with the help of this module. Okay. Input power calibration possible in the proposed model. So we having the frequency discrimination and we having the input power calibration. So we can do with the we can say with the help of this proposed model. Okay, so multi gigahertz means radio or audio frequency to the voltage converter. Which type of voltage we want? So multiple gigahertz to multi gigahertz to voltage converter is designed and implemented with this module. Secondly, the input power calibration is possible in this proposal. Which type of calibration possible? The input calibration is possible within this proposal. Okay, now disadvantage. I'm making so many, basically so much op amps means five op amps, three analog multipliers. We can say the and we can say the DC RMS DC converters we have, and these all are basically if I'm using. So we can say the accuracy is very less, and this is the disadvantage. If I am getting the non-accurate result, it means it is a disadvantage. So disadvantage is less accurate and non-linear due to integrator. If I am using an integrator, my dear student, so though we can say it is non-linear, the input and output. So non-linear due to integrator, and the accuracy which we are getting is the less accurate we have, less accuracy we are having it. Non-linear due to integrator we have. Okay, so I hope you understand. Now application. For power control we use, and communication, as you all know, modulation, demodulation we have, and we can control it basically. So power control is there. Communication, in which communication we can use this instrumentation system we are using nowadays, we are using or not, we are using nowadays. Okay, so for the instrumentation, basically it is a part of instrumentation. So in instrumentation we are using, in measurement, if I am talking about the instrumentation, so I am talking about the measurement also. That is in the measurement. So I am giving again revising the thing. That is what? That is the electronic device that generate an output voltage or current proportional to the frequency of input signal, sinusoidal signal. This is the basically basic APC, which we having differentiator integrator means op amps, divider, multiplier, square root, both. We having this the basic diagram, differentiator, RMS DC converter, RMS DC converter, RMS by RMS means VRMS 2 by VRMS 1. So this is the basic principle of proposed frequency to voltage converter. Then we having the input frequency discrimination and input power calibration both. If I'm talking about input frequency discrimination, then we having low pass filter. If I'm talking about the input power calibration, then we having the attenuator and power detector. Means low pass filter, power detector, and attenuator power detector. Okay, then basically the basic diagram, this is your main equation. So this is the main equation we are getting, in which we are getting the output with the respect to the input frequency. This is the main proposed frequency to voltage converter, in which we are using 5 op amps, 3 analog multiplier, in which out of 5 we having 1 op amp is working like a differentiator. Okay, and another one is the analog multiplier, and last analog multiplier is behaving like a divider. Okay, so we are having the disadvantages or advantages are so many, because we are converting so multiple, or we can say multi gigahertz frequency. Multi gigahertz frequency to voltage converter is designed and implemented with this module. Input power calibration is possible in proposed. Disadvantages: less accuracy, non-linear due to integrator. Application, if I'm talking about power control, communication, instrumentation system, and measurement. So this is all about the lecture. Now multiple choice questions. So what is the frequency of a signal if the time taken to complete one cycle is 0.2 seconds? The frequency is known as the number of revolution per second, means 1 by t. So 1 by 0.02 we are getting 5 hertz. That is it. What is the time period of a signal if the time taken to complete one cycle is 10 hertz?